Hello, friends. How are you? How's life? How's things? How's your world right now? I hope all is well. Some of you pointed out some differences in the last couple of episodes. I'm always intrigued by how many people pick up on the little things like that. So thank you, people. Thank you, everyone, for reaching out. For those who reached out. They have been a little off because I've been keeping a secret. You saw the title. You saw the thumbnail. I've been keeping a secret for quite a while now, actually. And it was a secret only because, it was not really anybody's business, honestly, but because we wanted to make sure that everything was okay before we talked about it. And so at this past Sunday at 6:27 in the morning, after a long 30 hours in the hospital, Malia gave birth to a 8-pound, 21.5-inch baby girl. Super healthy, super happy, crying a lot, pooping a lot, pleased to be into the world. Yeah, that's the secret. My third daughter is here, and that's kind of crazy to think about. It's kind of crazy to think about being 46 years old and having a newborn in the house, having a daughter who's turning 21 in a couple of months, having a daughter who just turned 16. It's a little bit crazy, but she was wanted. She was planned, very planned, actually. We very much planned this baby. We planned her around the Flogging Molly cruises because you have to be less than 25 weeks or less when you board the cruise ship. And so we really planned. We tried 2 years ago and it didn't work out, so we had to put things on hold for a while. And then last year, we started trying again just so we could make we're not going to miss this cruise for anything in the world. And so she was extremely planned. But beyond that, she was planned all along. Malia and I have been kind of not together. We started hanging out this time 7 years ago. Yeah. And from the very onset of our relationship, we talked about life goals, and one of hers was having kids. And we talked about that possibility. Was I a possibility for that? And I said, yeah, I'm willing to do that. And it is a huge thing to take on at 46, especially after both of my kids are driving themselves, taking care of themselves, responsible, very responsible kids. I love my kids so much. I'm so proud of them. They're so freaking great. Starting over is a kind of a big deal, right? It's not something that you just jump into lightly. Especially at my age, with my back, and it was a lot. It was a lot to talk about, but we did it, and we're super thankful. Everything went great. The whole pregnancy went fantastic. Every time we went to see a doctor, they were just shocked at how Malia was not. The only thing she was taking was a prenatal. She was on no other drugs. She had no complications. Her blood pressure was great. All of her tests came back perfect. The baby's test came back great. It was fine. And the only, just like most expectant mothers, around a month ago, she started hitting that, get this baby out of me phase. I want this kid out of me. She asked to be put on the selective induction list, meaning that you could be induced before, after 39 weeks. You could be induced, and if you don't go into labor on your own. And that's what happened. Friday night, they called us at 10. It was 9:50. Or maybe 9:55 when they called us. It was just before 10 o'clock at night, and they said, do you want to come in tonight? And we said, yeah. They were like, when can you get here? Give us an hour, And it was I've done this drive now 4 times. I think 4 times. I definitely know we went to the hospital once with one of my 2 previous children. We went and got sent home because it wasn't time. It was, we weren't ready, or the baby wasn't ready to come out. So I've done this drive 4 times now. This is the only time I've done the drive, not in a panic, right? Just a calm, like we were checking into a hotel. We went and got a suitcase. She put all the stuff she wanted in it. I got my backpack, put some toys and stuff in it. When I mean toys, I mean like my Kindle and my Nintendo Switch. And we prepared because we knew it was going to be a long process. Induction like that is a long process. So we just calmly packed our bags, laughed about it, got in the car, drove to the hospital. There was no panic. There was no pushing. Fluid didn't, there was nothing. It was just a nice drive to the hospital, got checked in, and then stayed awake for 2 straight days. The cool thing is she ended up going into labor on her own Saturday night at her water. She started to leak around 8:45 Saturday night. Her water didn't break. They broke her water actually because it was like getting to the point where the baby was coming, but it wasn't. Her water hadn't broke yet, so we did that to kind of help further things along, and so she didn't need to be induced in the way that give the drugs and push whatever. And like clockwork, the nurses said most first-time mothers can expect about 3 hours. It was 2 hours and 50 minutes. She started, we got the midwife in at 6:39 to start pushing and, doing all the work. And at 8:29. Is that right? No, sorry. 3:39 started pushing. 6:27 the baby was born. And the rest that's it, So, plan going forward, we're not sure, We talked a lot about having more than one. That's definitely a possibility, but we'll see. Right now, we have a lot to take care of with just the one. It's a new learning process for both of us. She is nursing, and neither of my previous my oldest and my middle child now. I got to learn how to say my middle child. Neither of them were nursed, so I have to learn how to help mom through all of that and be supportive through that. There's a whole lot of other products that go along with that I have to learn about and how to clean and take care of and all that sort of stuff. It's starting over. I haven't had a kid. I haven't had an infant in my arms in 16 years. All right. So now I do, and she's beautiful, and she's healthy, and she's happy. And we stayed up really late last night playing war games. She sat on my lap. We let mom sleep as long as we could while I shot up the Axis forces in Africa and had a really good time. So I'm tired. I'm very, very exhausted. The hospital stay was okay. People praised. We went to W Medicine in Morgantown, the children's hospital. People praised them. I don't think I can praise them. They were okay. The room sucked. They didn't have any couch for me. It was just one of those really uncomfortable chairs I had to try to sleep in, which did not work out. The birthing staff was fine. After that, the whole process after that was kind of a nightmare. It was honestly way too much. Monday, there was 30 people waiting in line to get into the room to tell us a bunch of nonsense that we forgot because we'd only slept for 2 hours, in 2 days. We got no sleep for 2 days, and they're trying to throw all this stuff at you that just go. Can I just go home? We didn't want to be there anymore, but it was fine. I understand they all have jobs to do, and they have to make sure the baby's safe and healthy and whatever. But it was too much. It was way too much. So, starting over. You got questions? I'd love to hear from you. If you have questions about being a 46-year-old dad, or yeah, any of that, any of the things we just talked about, having a baby, that sort of stuff. Let me know. Put the questions down below. You got something to talk about for the rest of the week? I could really use your help. Tomorrow and Friday, I don't necessarily have. My brain is kind of a little bit fried, so I could use help figuring out what to talk about. Let me know. Put that in the comments. While you're down there, like the video. If you're new here, please subscribe. I really appreciate the positive growth. We've been growing actually oddly well. The last batch of videos have gotten way more views than normal. So I'm so super appreciative of that. I can't thank you enough. So keep coming back. Please keep coming back. And please continue to be a part of the conversation and let me know what's going on in your world. Don't forget, there's a phone number. You can call me. You can text me. That's a real phone. It goes to the phone that's in my pocket right now. And you can leave a voicemail and I'll play it on the show, whatever. Just say hi. I appreciate you very, very much. Thank you for watching the video. I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's 1,000 plus little things happy, successful people do differently. We are learning 20 things to stop doing to others. Oh, this one. Oh boy, this one. Number 12, stop making promises you can't keep. Don't overpromise. Instead, overdeliver to others and yourself. This is one, this goes hand in hand with, no, it was back a few, like, learning to say no is the same thing for me as stop. I'm the kind of person, I am very good at being a servant. Like, service is how I show my affection and my appreciation for people. So I want to do things for people. And most of my life have been the person that said, if somebody said, can you do this for me? Absolutely, I'll dive on that. Like, and what ends up happening is the majority of the time I don't achieve whatever it is they were hoping I would achieve. And it's just a failed promise. And because I would be so overwhelmed with everything else, I just don't have time in my life. I've had to learn, and I have learned. I don't say no. I don't say yes to very many people anymore. I usually say, I won't get to it. I'm sorry, but I'll never get to that because the fact is I won't, and then they're going to be disappointed. So learning to keep your promises is important, but also learning to not make the promises in the first place is very important. And it's okay. That's self-care. It's all right.